Hello everyone, welcome to Urbanscape Gardening, and in this episode we will be looking at the holy basil or the Tulasi. The Tulasi is grown in most households in India for religious purposes, and people who aren't avid gardeners will still have this one plant in their homes. This is scientifically called the Ocimum tenuiflorum and is native to India. This is edible and non-toxic when taken in moderation. All parts of the plant are aromatic. Pregnant women, people undergoing surgeries, and other people with pre existing medical conditions must avoid consuming the plant as per scientific reports. So let's look at how to take care of Tulsi and look at its repotting. So for its repotting, I'm using this traditional ceramic Tulsi pot with a hole at the bottom. I will be covering this hole with a broken crock. And for the soil mix, I'm using 60% garden soil and 40% compost. The Tulsi is water hungry. While removing the plant from its old container, ensure you do not break its roots. Add the plant and cover it with some more of the mix just few inches below the rim. Water the plant and keep it in a sunny place. I'm using some fresh rainwater. This can do well in part sun as well, but flowering happens under full sun. So a lot of us struggle to keep the Tulasi alive. So what you need to do to prolong its life is to remove the blooms, or otherwise called manjaris. As soon as you see the bloom stalks, remove it, do not let it go to seed. By doing this, you are signaling to the plant to produce more leaves and your plant will remain bushy. Most Tulasis are short-lived perennials. You can buy the Vana Tulasi if you want long-lasting Tulasi shrubs. Fertilize the plant with vermicompost every 3 months during summer. This will not tolerate frost or very cold climates. You can propagate this using stem cuttings, but the best part is that the plant self-seeds and you will get new plants using seeds once the flower stalk dries. Pests and diseases. Though I've rarely seen pests on my tulsis, mealybugs can attack it if you especially grow this in part sun. Give it good airflow and sunlight, and pests generally don't get attracted to this plant because it is aromatic and has essential oils like eugenol, cinole, and linalool. Do not water the leaves too much since it could attract fungal infections. Overwatering also can cause pest issues, so ensure that you don't overwater the plant and water only when the soil is dry to touch. So folks, bring this plant home if you want to grow this for religious purposes or you just want to grow this as a herb. Either ways, it's a great plant to have at home. And with this, we've come to the end of yet another episode of Urbanscape Gardening, and I really hope you've enjoyed this particular program. Additionally, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are given below. And always remember, to grow slow is to grow well. Thank you for watching, and until we meet again, a very warm goodbye.